Hare Krishna. We have the text of instruction, and I think the screen is shared. We are almost there on the YouTube Live. So we are on YouTube Live now. Hare Krishna. Right. So I welcome again everyone who are here in Zoom, who are watching on YouTube Live. We are doing Nectar of Instruction. Nectar of Instruction is the Granth put together by our Srila Rupa Goswami ji. And today the class which happened at Manor in the morning. So even if we can't travel, we can still connect to Bhakti Vedant Manor live YouTube channel. We can subscribe. If we will subscribe, obviously every morning it will show up, but we can search it. It will be there in the history. Every morning we get connected around 4 o'clock, between 4:30, 4:15 and 4:30. The Mangla Aarti starts, and then Mangla Aarti goes until half five. From half five till 7, we have 1.5 hours to complete 16 rounds of chanting. Then 7 o'clock, the Guru Puja starts. After that, well, first the deity worship, then the Guru Puja, Srila Prabhupada's Aarti, then the lecture starts. And it's so beautiful. The darshan happens in the morning around 8 o'clock. The lectures about to start, but the darshans are there. So before the kids leave around 8 o'clock, I kind of request them to have the darshan, or we got a telly. So just put that on. So before they go having breakfast, they could take the darshan of the Lord. And of course, the kirtan is going on, aarti going on. But then the lecture is another jewel, which is different devotees all over the world. They come to London. And today from Ethiopia, a Prabhuji, who been serving a lot, but that's where he originated. He was Christian in his previous life before he joined the Hare Krishna movement. And the essence he shared, his own personal experiences. It's for somebody like myself who was born in India and traveled and lived here half of my life. So I was lucky enough to be born in Vaishnav family. It was very hard to contemplate, but if you hear from somebody, if I say so, somebody coming from outside, didn't know anything about Hinduism, and then Prabhuji explained so well about Rupa Goswami ji and his brother and their contributions to the movement. Amazing. A lot of brahmacharis like Govinda Prabhuji is there, who is very learned, and he was asking questions from him as well. And Prabhuji was explaining, and this is what Srila Prabhupada ji put together. That it's such a beautiful family we have. Anyone, irrespective of any discrimination, like what we just say, color, caste, creed, sex, any background, any culture, any religion, the past religion, you could join. Even though somebody said that if you still at one place, that if you like to go to church or the mosque, you start following Hare Krishna movement, you will become, well, Swami Vivekananda ji said the similar thing, that if you follow Vedanta, and of course, Srila Prabhupada ji said, well, Vedanta, which is Advait Vedanta, Srila Swami Vivekananda ji, but here, the essence was that whatever you do, if you follow the consciousness, so there they call like Brahman consciousness, Swami Vivekananda ji, or Srila Prabhupada ji say Krishna consciousness. If you follow the path of Krishna consciousness, then whatever we do, we will become better. So Swami Vivekananda ji said it, and Srila Prabhupada ji also said it in subtle way that if you are Christian and you follow this, you will become better Christians. If you are Muslim, you follow this, you will become better Muslim. And I was chatting with one of my friend who is a Muslim and a good friend. I was there in Middle East. We do discuss a lot of spiritual stuff, and that's where he was just saying something about the religion. And I said, let's say if you follow yoga, right? Yoga comes from Vedic Shastra. We have a yoga Shastra. If you follow that, what will happen? You will be a better human. Your body will get better physically, mentally. And then whatever you do, whether you are engineering working in the oil and gas industry, or whether you are a father, a husband, a son, or whichever way you are contributing to the society, you will just become better in it. Why? Because whatever you're doing in terms of yoga will make you much better fit to do all those services. And Krishna consciousness is something very similar. And these are the instructions we get it. Well, we got from Rupa Goswami Ji, Srila Prabhupada Ji translated it and gave this as a devotional service. Not just we learn it, we get the knowledge, we have the wisdom to implement in our day-to-day life. This is what we are discussing here. This is a nectar of instruction. Such a beautiful granth we have. Let's do the Mangala Charan and we shall resume where we left last time. Om. अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवै नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुन् श्रीयुधापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवादूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे शिला गुरुदेव महाराज की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय 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 श्री राधेश Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees in today's session on Nectar of Instruction, Verse 1. I'm just going to stop the sharing here because we have the other presentation which we are going to share. This presentation is what I'm sharing now is from our Pune. I think Prabhuji is the president of the Pune temple. And Prabhuji has put together, and I'm looking here. Prabhuji has put together this presentation, but Prabhuji hasn't put his name anywhere. Usually I put the picture of Prabhuji, but this presentation is completely 100% from Prabhuji. The previous one I was sharing, I put together so I can edit it. This one, I cannot edit it. So hence I could not put Prabhuji's name. I could not put Prabhuji's picture on it. But this is our Radhesham Prabhuji, a great devotee, been there for a number of years, a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swamiji Maharaj. A great service Prabhuji is doing. So let's quickly have the verse and then we will hopefully go back where we left it last time. We'll resume from there and we'll take it from there. Hare Krishna. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vacho vegam mansaha krodha vegam jiva vegam udarupastha vegam etan vegan yuvishyate dhiraha sarvam apimam prithvim sashishya. This is a great definition of what a guru needs to be. And very quickly, if we share what we've been discussing, and probably this is Hare Krishna. All right, okay. We jump to a present, a slide, or we came back to it. Okay. If I do this, it goes back. Okay, let's go from there. Hare Krishna. So, how to stop the cycle of sin? The whole idea is that this is a vicious circle. We're going round and round. We would like to go out of it. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, when Arjun asked that it looks like something from outside controlling me, how to do it? So Krishna says you control your mind, because mind is where the desire comes in. I would like to do this, I would like to do that, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go to the temple, I would like to go and watch cricket, football, pub, or anything, movies. So Arjun says, I can't do it. How to do it? It's so hard for me to control the mind. Then Krishna says, abhyasam and detachment. So the practice needs to be there, and we need to detach. And meanwhile, we need to tolerate. So we need to practice a practice of what? Practice of detachment. And while we are practicing to detach, it's still there. What we do, we tolerate. A very simple example. So they are two different things, but those two are the combined answer of from Krishna to Arjun. Very slowly, gradually work on that, right? We take the example how we work with our children, our siblings. So I know some of us might not be married, like Kana, but you have a sibling, might have friends, might have teachers, annoying siblings, annoying kids. We always have somebody. I wouldn't mention annoying partners, but the whole idea is that we would like to get better in our relations. What do? The very first thing, gradually we will change, right? Gradually we will change. But because it's gradual, the annoyance is still there. What do we do during that process? We tolerate, right? Gradually change, but during that time, tolerate. If it's cold outside, we go out for a walk. As soon as we will go out of the house, we will feel cold, right? But after a while, we reach 5 minutes, we reach to the park, or we are on the road, we start walking, the heat energy comes in the body, right? But so gradually body will heat up. But until that, the first few minutes, we have to tolerate. So it's not that we just go out and we just stand and keep tolerating. No, we will tolerate for a bit while the reactions of our actions going to come back. So whatever we are facing at the moment, due to our past, tolerate the results because they are phalit, right? We discuss these. The papa, if the papa has already done, bija has already been put because of their ignorance, we have to go through the suffering. We have to tolerate that. But now be very conscious when we put the seed, don't become ignorance. And hence all these sessions, hence all these books by Srila Prabhupada ji, so our ignorance will go. Everything else will be the same. The annoying kids, annoying siblings, annoying parents, annoying parents, annoying children, annoying teachers, annoying siblings. Everybody is annoying in this material world, and we could be part of those. So I might feel my daughter is annoying, my daughter will feel my dad is annoying. We all are annoying to each other. But if this is just the annoyance comes because we expect something, probably. If that ignorance will go, then we will not put the beach, the desire that we should be respected, the desire that they should love us, the desire they should always be with us, the desire they should always listen to us, will go away. And then we will not do. What happens? We get angry. We will not get angry at all. Why? We didn't desire anything. I remember I learned this from a Christian friend of mine, and I followed that many years back. We were in it together in the university. What this friend did, this Christian friend, she we went for a wedding together, a Christian wedding. We went there, and this was I'm Hindu, but this friend of mine was Christian. And then I thought she will also go out and take part on some ceremonies. Probably the very first wedding I attended here in UK, Christian wedding. I wasn't sure what's happening, but she said stay back. And then I thought, why you not going at the front? She said, if I will stay back, then if they will call me, I will go at the front. But if I will go at the front now, and for some reason they don't need me and I have to come back, it will be a great disappointment. So I'm not expecting to go at the front and then get disappointed. I will just be here. But that's really nice way. And then, like when we say, if you're right at the bottom, then there is only one way, which is going up. So I was just sitting on the ground somewhere, and then somebody said, "Oh, well, take the chair." I said, "Well, it's okay. I'm comfortable here." Because if I sit on the chair, somebody might take the chair, somebody pull the chair. But if I'm on the ground, I cannot go lower than this. So I'm quite happy. And they thought, oh wow, what a humbleness. And I thought, well, humbleness comes from the parampara, anyways. But then this particular trait I learned from this Christian friend many years back. Now, what happened? The bija, the ignorance that people should respect us, that ignorance goes away. The material desires that they will call us somewhere, that goes away. You don't put the sin and you don't get angry. Such a simple thing. So we just need to change our expectations. And this is, I guess, what we saw. It, it's, if you think about it, at the end, we all suffer. Dukh alyam ashashvatam. We all suffer. There isn't anyone, name, fame, anything we would try to get it, what those people have already have achieved, where we see where they all are suffering. All are suffering. Now, what we are saying, the reason is avidya. Avidya. Hence, we need to be enlightened. Hence, Buddha said, I'm awake. Hence, Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness. We just need to be conscious. What is conscious? When somebody falls down, knocked down, we say person is unconscious. Person doesn't know what's happening. Person is ignorant. So we just need to become conscious, become aware. Hence, the whole tree, the seed will go away, and then we will become so peaceful. There won't be any fear at all. So we were discussing this, and that how the devotional service, it says, of course, can only be destroyed by devotional service. But whichever mark we take, at the end, we will reach to devotional service. What is devotional service? What could be devotional service? Of course, we will say Krishna consciousness, but think about it. Devotional service, it's a service, so it's action, it's a verb, it's not just philosophy. So we take the action, but devotion, bhakti, we take the action for anyone. It could be personally our family, it could be extended family, it could be for the society, it could be in the business, or it could be in the job. Any where we do the service, we don't accept anything in return. We are doing it as bhakti. We are doing it for Krishna. We are doing it for the devotees of Krishna. Somebody who goes in the temple and do the volunteer work for 2 hours in the kitchen. to clean the temple, to organize the shoes, not expecting anything in return, because this is a service that becomes devotional service. Hence, whichever way we look for Jnana, Ashtanga Yoga, all these things, they will burn material desires. If you think what the yogis do, whether they are karma yogis, they become humble. Yudhishthir was a great karma yogi, used to do a lot of different things, and there were many other. Not only then, even now, if we see Warren Buffett, and I think JRT Tata is still the biggest donor on the planet. He's not living, but if you consider, I think if we say living, it might be Warren Buffett or Bill Gates of Microsoft. But if you consider as ever, then Tataji is there, who did great service. Almost anything earned, shared. They were karma yogis. Might not be bhakti yogis, but karma yogi. But with karma yogi, they reach to the level where they are just part of devotional service. Hence, we just need to take part of it. But this is a ladder which we always need to be conscious of this. Ki when we think about it, the ignorance is there because, and if ignorance is there, we are going to put this, we have that desire, propensity, we are going to do the sin. And because of that, we are going to put the bija, we are going to put the seed. So between ignorance and seed, we have that thought, that mentality. Hence, we say the mind is the biggest thing. If we could engage mind, rest of the thing will follow. But why mind will be and how mind will be engaged when our ignorance will go? What we are feeding to mind. It's so there was a movie, another friend of mine was saying there is some movie came up. And I said, oh, that movie has broken all the records, right? And almost anyone you in Indian movies, any Indian person you will speak to, they all are talking about the same movie. Before you will know, 10 people will talk, and then you heard of that movie. You would like to watch that movie, right? You would like to watch that movie, and then the seed is there. Oof, I want to watch. But ignorance, you were associated with those people who were talking about that. At the same time, if we associate with devotees, and they will say, have you seen that new book which has come up? Or this new course which has come up? And you say, wow. The whole, of course, not to be ignorant, but the whole ignorant that what's happening in the world, but ignorance is that what's going to give us the pleasure, temporary pleasure we are looking for, or we are looking for the bliss. Satyachint Ananda. We are looking for the Ananda bliss. But if you put the beej, then of course we do the karma. If we do the karma, then it's too late. The papa will fall it, and we have to have that prarabdha, the fall. There is no going back from suffering. However, if we still engage in devotional service, the fall is there, but we are not focused on it, which means we will not get affected by it, right? The body, if you, a lot of people, there might be two people. One, as soon as the person starts sneezing, oh, I'm off sick, I can't do anything. And there might be others who are much worse physically, but mentally, oh, no, I'm okay. Yeah, this is all right. A couple of hours, it will go away. And it does go back. Some people are mentally weak, physically might be strong. But others, physically, they might be weak, but mentally they are strong. Hence, it's proven mentally, if you are strong, then the weak body could achieve a lot. A lot and a lot of examples are there, both spiritually and materially as well for that. So we just would like to awaken the dormant Krishna consciousness. Why we say dormant? Because it's already there. Krishna in the form of Chaitya Guru is already there. Hence, we just need to engage ourselves in the activities so that dormant Krishna consciousness will become awakened. How do we do it? A bit of atonement. And four regulative principles, we said it in Krishna consciousness. However, in the yoga, there are a few things which we need to do. Why we all are discussing this? Vacho Vegam Mansaha, Krodha Vegam. This is all, if you see, part of yoga. We are not even there for Krishna consciousness. But if the ground is level, we can make a building go high. as high as we want. But if the foundation is not strong, then we will struggle, and we don't want to struggle. So we need to, we did discuss this briefly, that there are different levels of tapasyas, but for us, even chanting every day, not eating few things which are not supposed to be, follow the four regulating principles. That's good enough to start with. Ekadashi is coming. We take care of Ekadashi. So if we see all these, they if we follow the four regulating principles and just a bit more mindful, the rest of the things will follow. Like keeping clean. Srila Prabhupada used to say cleanliness is godliness. And many other Christians also say that. Hence, any temple you will see, any churches you will see, most of the spiritual people are always busy cleaning it. Why? Not only they will clean themselves, they will clean their body, their clothes, their mind, their house, the temples they are in. And this is what, either you get into spirituality and the material life will improve, or you get into the austerity of Vacho Vegam Mansaha. Materially, life will improve, which will help further progress in spiritual. So, again, practicing yoga asana is physically, but Ashtang yoga helps us what we should do, what we should not do. Attihara prayaya sacha. We will see another verse as well. What we should eat, what we should not eat. The wise destroy even great sin arising from the body, words, and intelligence. So if they are very simple things, and we all do it, but the consistency needs to be there. Very first thing we start, and the second we continue. So now it's February, but in January, most of the time people make the resolution, we will do this, but most of the resolution dies by the end of January. So we start great, but then we follow it. Hence, somebody who's not chanting, we say, oh, start 16 rounds. Maybe not. Might able to start, might not able to follow. Highly likely won't able to follow. Start with one. So have one round every morning before breakfast, before puja or during puja, and in evening when we do the aarti, just before that, after it, or during it. So before breakfast, before dinner, at least one, and it only takes 5 to 7 minutes. Just have those two, and then start it, and then maintain it, and then gradually increase. It's as simple as that. Slowly, gradually. Hence we say vacho vegam mansaha krodha vegam. Jiva ubar utast vegam. There are 6 items in that, but even if you will start from vacho vegam, that one thing itself is strong and powerful. Now, uh, this is just to explain even more further. So, of course, the four regulatory principles are there: no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating, no illicit sex. All these four things, again, as we discussed before, this will ground up. Like somebody asked Srila Prabhupada ji, so now I'm a devotee. If I follow these four regular principles, Prabhupada ji, no, this is now you have a ground prepared to start your devotional service. If you are in these four, then a big obstruction is there. Obstacles are there. You will not able to move forward. So at least this is minimum we need to do. And then we can easily surpass if we can slowly, gradually. This is what Rupa Goswami ji explaining us. And not only theoretically, but practically, if we are in the association of pure devotees. Somebody asked Guru Maharaj ji that, well, been asked to many Maharajis, people ask a lot of questions from senior Vaishnavas and Guru Maharaji that I know, I understood I should not do that, like Bollywood movies, Hollywood movies, or cricket, or anything. I know I should not spend time, I should rather read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, spend more time in chanting, or maybe taking care of my body, like a lot of people say for the body. I know this is like samosa, patties, or pizza. Yeah, I know it's bad, but I can't control myself. How to control it? The simple solution: keep yourself in association of pure devotees. If you go to temple, And if you go to certain time, like imagine if you're gonna be there 4 o'clock in the morning, you will wake up half three, and maybe it depends how far you live, but 4 o'clock, quarter past four, you are there for half four. And where will you get the time to do anything else? The rest of the time you will be there with devotees, especially over the weekends. Or these days, online sessions are such a blessing. Be with Krishna conscious devotees. That's the first thing. They will make you, because while you are there with them, you won't do other things. It's like children, if they are there with their parents, highly likely they are not going to do smoking or gambling or even video games. It's only when they will be alone in their room they will fall down, right? It happens with all of us. When our elders are there with us, our parents are there with us, our Guru Maharajis are there, we behave very nicely, right? So it's not only for kids, we are kids for our parents, our seniors, our Guru Maharaj. If we would like to follow the regulative principle, be with those devotees who follow those regulative principles. If it's other way around, if you are there with those who would like to watch all these things, sooner or later, it's just a matter of time. Sooner or later, you will fall down. We all do. It's the power of that association. So Krishna consciousness is the best solution to control six urges. So not only that, we understand we need to follow these, we need to control, engage these six urges, but how to do it? Devotee association. Now there are various ways we can have devotees association, but then a lot of time when we are in devotee association, people will say, "Why? What's wrong in it?" And I can't tell you how many times people told me, "What's wrong watching this or doing this?" I think kids, they are always say, I'm a kid, I'm 13, 16. If I won't play, who will play? When I will grow up like you, I will not play, but this is the age for me to play video games. So let me have my own life, right? A lot of adults, they say the same. Oh, and when we will grow up, we will go old. I mean, this is there in the Shastras that Prahlad Maharaj gave discourse to his friends at the age of 5, 6, because his friends said to him, what are you doing? Keep praying to Vishnu. Come and play when we will grow old, because that's what their parents told him. That our parents told us that this is the time to have fun. When you will grow as like us old, then do and do all these prayers. But Prahlad Maharaj said, how do you know you are going to grow old? How do you know you have tomorrow? So true. The example of Yudhishthir Maharaj and Bhima. So somebody was there donating Yudhishthir Maharaj, and the day was end. He wrapped up everything. So Yudhishthir Maharaj used to do the charity work every day, but time up, he was there. He was just going away, and then somebody came after everything was wrapped up. And then somebody came to Yudhishthir Maharaj inside saying that there is a guy outside. He was looking for the charity. Yudhishthir Maharaj said, well, we are done for the day. How about you tell him that come tomorrow morning? Very humbly. And we do this a lot. Time is up. Let's do it tomorrow morning. Bhima found out. Now, Bhima, he was a smart, clever guy as well. He said to the social media guys, that those who do the announcement, go and tell the announcement to everyone that Yudhishthir can predict future. And then everybody found out, and Yudhishthir found out. Yudhishthir said, Bhima, what are you doing? I don't predict future. He said, you must be, because you said to the guy, come tomorrow morning for the charity. So you know you will be alive tomorrow to give the charity. And the penny dropped. Yudhishthir understood. And Yudhishthir realized his mistake. He went, then it was evening then, he went to the house of the person who gave the charity. This is what Rama said to Lakshman. Very first thing, Lakshman went to the feet. And Rama didn't give any wisdom, because Lord Rama asked Lakshman to take the wisdom from Rama at the end, because Rama was a Brahmin as well, and a very learned Brahmin. But then Lord Rama said to Lakshman, Lakshman, go to the head side if you want to have the. Sorry, no, other way around. My bad. We went to the head. Go to the become humble and go to the feet if you like to learn something. Similar thing happened between Duryodhana and Arjun when went to the Lord Krishna asking for the help. And then what two things, or maybe one thing split into two, what Ravan told Lakshman that only two mistakes I did in my life. One, I I had good desire that I should return Mother Sita, but I postponed it. And when I had wrong things to do, I did not postpone it. So the good thing I postponed it, the wrong thing I didn't. If I had done other way around. And this is a great example, great wisdom. A lot of devotees have utilized it. Especially one of those, we have discussed this in the past, where somebody said, "Oh, you've been president of this temple for that long. How do you deal with all these issues?" And he says, "Well, whenever the issue comes, I call the guys. So the two people coming fighting, or one person complaining about that. He's like, "Oh, why don't you come on Sunday and we will have Mangla Aarti and we'll meet after Mangla Aarti." I say the person is there, come to the Mangla Aarti, attend the Mangla Aarti, attend the Guru Puja, the class, have the prasad, and then I go to the person you had some problem. He said that person most of the time, he said, the issue dissolve itself. The problem is not there at all. The time. So anything wrong, postpone it. I practice it that personally, and I hope kids are not listening. They are. That sometimes they're asking for something, and I know it's not really helpful or good, or might can. So we should not gather a lot of things. So we can live without those things. Then rather than saying no, just postpone it. How about we do it? We catch up next week on this. Another thing, my wife tried it with my daughter once. She wanted to get a dress or something. So my wife said that leave it there in the basket and we will resume it in 3 months or a month later on after this event. And then most of the time, the desire to buy that thing is gone, it's surpassed. So, what is wrong with having material desires? Nothing. Well, let's try to postpone what's wrong and never postpone what's right. What we know is good, let's never postpone it. Oh, I will do the mala after this. If we can do it right now, better to do it right now. Oh, I will watch this after this. And if watching whatever we are about to watch is not good, okay, let's postpone it. Let's not shut it down completely. Let's work on this. Great tip. From the Shastras, we have seen so many examples and in the real life as well. What's wrong with material desires? It's we call it bhakti. Bhakti is when bhogo, right? In Hindi. And like I don't remember, I don't forget when somebody said to me that you don't know, you live in London, you don't know how to enjoy your life. Go out and enjoy. London is a place to do parties. I thought, okay, all right. Well, I've seen those people who party. When I used to go, I used to work for the corporate. I used to go. I won't eat. I won't drink. I'm the one who bringing the guys, my colleagues, back and dropping to their partners at their house in the night. And next morning, I still remember one of the colleague who said, "I said, so you had a good time yesterday," and I was the one who dropped him, and he said, "I really wish I could remember. I'm sure I did." So it's a great humor in it. He doesn't remember he had a good time, but he just having that faith. I hope I remember, but I don't because I drank so much. But that's the way people, and this is what bhakti is. But we would like to move on towards further. So three classes been mentioned here. Bhakti kami who desire to enjoy. Oh, give me money. I want to go on holidays. Or it says heavenly enjoyments as well. So this is karma kand. We do the karma kand. So from the front, it looks like, well, this person is very pious, always doing the yajnas and all. But what's the essence behind it? What's the motive? Hidden motive or the real motive? I would like to go to the heaven. Why? Why would like to go to heaven? I asked this question to someone that my father, so somebody's father expired, and the person said, "Oh, we are doing this puja." I said, "Okay, great. This is really nice. So, what is the essence? Why are we doing it?" "Oh, well, because the soul will go to heaven." So, why do you want your father to go to heaven? And then the person looked at me, and he didn't have any reply. I said, no, I'm just curious. I love knowing why people do certain things, but there wasn't any answer. And well, the simplest answer was everybody else is doing it. We don't know. We don't know. Everybody wants them to be, because obviously Pandit will offer few things. A lot of time we go to Pandits. Pandits will do this, do that. And whatever the Pandits say, we will follow. Again, whose association we are in. So, do we want to be? That's bhakti kami. Not only before we die, but even after we die. Not only physically, with the body we want to enjoy, we want our soul to enjoy. But we forget, and this is ignorance. This is the root cause is ignorance, avidya. We forget this happiness is sharbhangur. And then the people move on to mukti kami. And they are much better than because they are mukti kami, they're at least working for liberation. So artha, so dharma, artha, or let's say artha, it depends which way we would like to look for. Artha, dharma, kama, artha, kama, dharma. Some people get into dharma first and then get into kama. There is a kama in dharma as well. But artha, kama, earth we would like to, earth could be anything, but let's say if you would like to earn money, the meaning of the life is only earning money. Karma, what we will do with that money, we will go around and we have a lot of desires we will fulfill by earning money. So artha, karma, and then some people, pious people, will use that artha to fulfill the desire of karma for spiritual activities which reach to dharma. So artha, karma, dharma. Now the desire to utilize the artha is to fulfill dharma. Artha, um, artha, kama, dharma. But some people they move to end called mukti, which is the desire liberation from suffering. And this is what Buddhism did. This is what Gautam Buddha did. A lot of spirituals they reach to that level, or at least they are working towards that. But then it's Siddhi Gama. Siddhi Gama is even further. Well, it depends which way we look at it. So, of course, Bhakti and Mukti we can compare, and we say Mukti is much better. Siddhi Kama are those, when we look for Mukti, we are working towards Mukti. A lot of powers come in between. This happened to a lot of people. I know someone in Vrindavan. Where when I was a child, I met this person. And that person had such an aura around him. And later found out the person belonged to our extended family. So from my mom, I found out that the person started working towards the mukti, and then got into siddhigami, which is like he got powers while he will go in the in the forest or the Himalayas. He went there, he got a lot of siddhis. He came back, and then most of the time he will not show, but sometimes he will show those things as well. And then what I've been told, I remember that this gentleman, and people told me he was old, but he never looked old to me, even when I was a child. I couldn't, I mean, the picture I have in my mind, when I remember him, pretty young guy, but people said he was old. So that itself could be one of the siddhi. And a lot of there is a Mahavir Baba. His picture, if you look at it in Rishikesh, there is a ashram called Tapuan. Tapuan, I think is the ashram. He's one of the example of Siddhi Kami. Lahiri Mahasaya, if you heard of him. Lahiri Mahasaya, I think, is the one who Apple's founder Steve Jobs went to Lahiri Mahasaya's. Lahiri Mahasaya's guru was Mahavir Baba. I think that's the name given to him. Siddhi Kami. And so this gentleman in Vrindavan, he would show a few things here and there, but he famously said that showing these things are not good for his devotional service. And people were surprised, and I was surprised. I didn't understand anything, but the way people made me understand that he's not doing devotional service anyways, because Vrindavan is such a place for bhakti. Everybody's immersed, not everybody, but most of the people are immersed in bhakti. And that place was right front of where we have the main temple. Mm, This it's such a beautiful way of understanding that how people get into towards moksha, they get the siddhis, and you need to go bypass the siddhis, right? You need to go bypass the siddhis. So this is Bhakya Bihari Ji's temple. Right at the front, there was a small room where this gentleman used to sit, and there are a lot more. If you think, we have read a bit more about mm, Gautam, Buddha, Siddhartha Gautam, before he became Buddha, he also had somebody called Mara. Mara is a concept of Maya. How Maya allured him, giving siddhis. And for a while he was there, very little time he was there playing around with those siddhis. But very soon he realized that this is not good for him, not good for his liberation. He dropped it, he moved forward, and then Mara was defeated, and then he got liberated. This is how we could understand, explain. So, Bhogis will not follow the four regulated principles. Tyagis will leave everything and go. And Srila Prabhupada said, so these are the extreme pendulum. On one side, C, fully immersed in material, B, just cutting out. And a lot of examples are there that they come back and they fall down. A lot of Falgu Vairagya is a term used in Bhagavatam. Falgu Vairagya. This is like a pseudo Vairagya because not that you engage your senses, you cut off with those subject matters. So the senses are there, the sense objects are there. You remove the sense objects. So of course you can't, if you live in the society, you cannot remove the sense object. But if you go live in the extreme places, the sense objects are not there. Nobody will talk about cricket, football, or Bollywood, Hollywood, or anything. But how long you gonna stay there? Some people they stay there, they get liberated and go away. But as soon as you come back, the sense objects are back, senses are engaged, again fall down. So Subramani is another example from Bhagavatam. So Srila Prabhupada ji gave us bhakti. Bhakta is in between, engaged, fully engaged, immersed in devotional service while living here and become the example. What Krishna says that what Sthit Pragya would do. Sthit Pragya will lead the example. Right. So great discussion today. We will see a bit more how and why Krishna Bhaktas are always peaceful and happy. Thank you so much for everyone's association today. Vacha Vegam, Mansaha, Krodha Vegam. Pick one and work on that for a week. And let's get further. We are almost at the end of this verse. And then we move on to the second verse. But there is a lot we could learn from just one verse we have in Nectar of Instruction. Hence, it's very important for the devotional service and for all the devotees. So for that, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev Maharaj ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna.
Thank you so much for your association.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Bol.
Hare Bol. Look forward to see you next week. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare